Hello friends, welcome to Third Saw Garage. My name is Dale and this is... I'm Doug.
I'm Dale.
And this is going to be episode 61, I believe, restoring a 66 Beetle convertible named Hendrick. We are potentially, this is the last episode before it goes to the body guy for fine tuning the shape of it before it goes to the painter. So if you've been following along, thanks. If you haven't, would love for you to click like or subscribe so that hopefully this channel is helpful to you and that way others can find it. It'll be helpful to them as well. Today we are working on reassembly and getting ready to ship it off. So let's start putting it together. Last episode, we painted the body pan and put seam sealer in everywhere where there was a joint. It is just in epoxy primer, so the seam sealer will get painted with a chassis saver, kind of a satin black. And basically the seam sealer will kind of disappear. You won't see it, but we'll know that it's really well protected. This morning, the transaxle is going back in. The front A-beam is over there, axle beam will go on, and then we'll have a rolling chassis, and then the body can go back on top of it, and we can begin reassembly. Dale, what are you working on?
Body guy wants it sanded with 80 grit, and everything I can do, that means I don't have to pay him to do. So that way, evidently, Bondo will stick to it, and he'll be able to do the skim coat. There's lots for him to fix. The welds we did from 2 years ago are less quality than the welds we did last week. But anyway, so we're giving it to him, and he'll make it pretty for the painter. And I got a few things I'm sanding up before we put it all together again. It's going to have doors for the first time in 2 years. We got to go find those upstairs. So it's all pretty exciting, but I want to get a little bit of sanding in some of these hard areas before we start assembling it. And then things like, a body panel here. Hopefully we get to sanding it, but we don't really know what assembly is going to be like. So we've only got a couple of days to do this. And we're hoping it all goes really smooth and we have time to get this stuff too.
So it is beautiful spring, May, sunny Saturday in Michigan. As soon as we're done with the loud noise, we're gonna open up the garage door so we can enjoy the nice air. So basically we did a lot of the metal repair, but we're looking for a professional to do kind of the fine body work, making it all smooth as glass. And so we're shipping it off. We've got, today and Tuesday to wrap up, and hopefully Thursday it goes into the trailer and drives away. So, all right, let's get to work. So we have a rolling chassis again. So front axle beam is on, rear transaxle is in. One of the things we've learned along this process is test fit, test fit, test fit. So we thought about mirroring the body to the pan without putting the gasket in. And we thought, it's different. It's different the way it will be at the end. I can't envision it affecting the way the body goes together that much, but I would hate to regret it later. So Dale's got a new body pan gasket. He's going through and marking out all the holes. Dale, tell us how you're going about
22 holes.
22 holes.
I've got this. Some people will just use a tube and then they'll grind the edge so they get a bevel. I've actually got this from my chem lab. It's for corks, cutting holes in corks, but it works great. So I'm just running this along. Now this one's going to be an angled So I got to cut this so that the angle fits, but you know, you have the two bumps right here, and you can feel that, and then I'll put a mark with a Sharpie and then take it over to a piece of wood and put a hole in it and just kind of keep on coming around. And then we do need, you want to show that spot where you're coming up and under the rear seat, you've got to do this curve. So you can't just lay it there. You have to stick it down with something. People use different things. We're going to go ahead and try some contact cement. Realistically, we're going to end up eventually after the body guy, we'll pull this apart so we can give just the body to the painter. And then we'll have to tear the gasket off and take this, grind it smooth and reprime it and redo all of this again, but that's okay.
Yep. We do plan on, mentioned earlier, one more coat of epoxy primer. So whatever primer we lose, we can recoat there. And then we'll paint this with Chassis Saver. So contact cement, you brush it on. We didn't need it the whole way because we just need to hold the gasket in place while the body's coming down. So I did a spot here, I did a spot around there, and on the other corner, and we'll do the same on this edge. So you paint it on both sides, you let it sit till it's not glossy and it's dry, and then you stick it together. And once you stick it together, it should stay. So, all right, we'll keep going and finish this up. All right, looks like we're getting close, Dale. Tell us what we're doing.
Yeah, so we're going to drop it on. Hopefully all the holes, let's see, 22 plus 6, all 28 holes are going to line up perfect.
Perfect.
Just you adjust. So we've got these dowels in the 6 main body to pan or to the chassis bolts. And that's just going to help us guide things in. I bought a little bit too thick. They're really quite narrow or thin.
Works good.
Anyway, we ground that down so now they hold.
I just kind of ground a taper to the end so it fits in snug.
But that's going to allow us as we drop it to go into those holes, and it'll, you know, and then we just kind of keep swinging around. It'll also, we've got, these are the way thicker and squarer than what was there or wasn't even there when we pulled it apart. But these guys all have to go in between the body and the pan. So
then there's a steel plate that goes here. Correct.
Yep.
Like a square
and I've got
washer.
that in my pocket. So that allows us, again, getting these guys in there so that we want all of this to be on. So when we put it together, we do our gapping. And sometimes people, if you run into a weird gap for the convertible, especially on the door, they'll change
Where
some
is
of these.
the back bolt?
Nope. So
Oh, it's those two.
yeah,
So that's the
one
front
goes through the rear seat.
Okay.
And then one's through this support here. So those
Okay.
are what we have, and we don't want these falling out. And so we're going to try and line everything up, get all the holes in, and slowly, and then start putting in bolts. Those are the first 6, and then you hope the magic of the pan and the heater channel all fit. So keeping everything loose until you got a bunch of bolts threaded in a couple of threads, evidently, is the magic.
All right, let's do it. All right, to show you what we're doing, here's the dowel. It's got to go in that hole. This one's got to go in that hole. So we're lowering it down. One's in. 2 is in.
I'll let you even it out.
All right. So Dale's working on the same on the back. So far so well. So we have the dowel through this hole and through that one. You can see it coming up there and there on this side. You can see that we are running out of room here. So I have the same situation on this side. So we're just gonna use the cutoff disc and cut this dowel shorter as the body drops, but it is kind of guiding us in. So overall things are going really well. This hole is off a little bit. Like the dowel would like to sit there to be centered in the hole, but to be in the body, it's got to be over this way, which puts the dowel on an angle, which makes a little bit of sense. We had to do a whole bunch of repair to this bracket. You can see this is all welded up and ground smooth. So I ended up welding the whole thing pretty much shut and then just ground a hole in the very center, figuring that's a good starting spot. So I'm going to use my die grinder and we're going to cheat this hole towards the rear of the car a little bit, which will hopefully allow the dowel to drop right into the hole. All right, so this hole is now a nice round oval or slot. The stick drops in fairly nicely. So we'll need to make sure that that washer still fits in there, but we're gonna try to marry the two again. All right, lower down, Dale. I'm almost on. I got an eighth of an inch to go.
I am caught. I'm caught here.
So we're running into a little bit of an interference right here where this inner fender well piece comes down. It was hitting the cap, so we ended up bending it in a little bit and welding it, and then now it's kind of coming down and hitting the seal a little bit. So that's just it's a narrow target for that piece to come down in. So Dale's working on that. You ready to go down again? All right, I'm ready over here.
Here we go, down. And it's starting to lean. What am I hitting? It's leaning toward you, so we're touching somewhere. Oh, it's the pan.
Okay, take number 8. We're going down.
Down.
Looking good here.
I didn't quite clear. Oh, I cleared. There we go. I just had to shimmy it a little.
Okay. Come on, 1 more inch, Dale. I'm down.
And I'm down too.
Nice.
I think the eagle landed. Now this twisted when we did it.
6 easy steps.
6 easy. I do think this is supposed to spin the other way.
We're arguing whether the rectangle goes front to back or side to side.
Because it's like all curvy now. It goes this way.
It's jank on your car no matter how it goes.
That is true. All right. Now we have bolts.
All right.
Not very long.
Good job. Look at that.
Yeah, it's starting to look like.
Celebrate the wins. Now we gotta see if the bolts line up.
There we are. Especially the pan bolts.
Yep.
All right.
There we go. I'm going to give you a little update as to where we are. As you can see, the Beetle is on the ground and it's a rolling chassis again. Let me flip the camera around. The body is securely mounted to the pan. That was the big win for the day. Overall, it went well. The body to by the heater channel bolts all along the bottom, I would say maybe a quarter of them we needed to grind a little bit to get the bolt to go in. Overall, that went well. We have the two front body mounts here. Those went super easy. In the bottom of the front Napoleon hat, there are 4 bolts. Right here, 2 on this side and 2 on that side. I think there was only 1 in each side before, and those are in and nice and tight. We did put a larger washer on just because the holes that were there wasn't much overlap where the stock washer was catching the hole, because the hole was fairly big, and those new ones look nice. So that's nice and secure, and you can see all of the body to pan bolts there. One of the things that was really nice is looking at the front of the car. Right along this whole side, you can just see a really nice pan, body to pan gasket. If you've watched the other videos in this series, there used to be huge holes in the side, and the corners were all munged up, and there was gaps that were filled with caulk, and so it's really comforting to see that all nicely sealed up. In the back, we've got body mounts there. Got all of them in the rear. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 as well. So we are running out of time for today. We're going to be back together in a couple days for another third stall night. Fenders, 4 fenders got to go on. The hood's got to go on. The braces come out and the doors go in. Fit everything, and that will be the end of this video. So we've got probably another evening's worth of work ahead of us. We had one thing go not well tonight. And there's supposed to be 28 bolts holding the body on the pan, and there's 27. One of them we were tightening up, and the welded in nut, we must have ground too much off when we were grinding the weld, and it pulled the threaded insert out of the heater channel, which was a huge bummer because we don't have an easy way to weld that sucker back in yet. So we are gonna send it to the body guy the way that it is, and before it goes to paint, hopefully we will fix this guy. So this is the threaded insert that came out. I put it up on the wall of shame by the broken camshaft that came out of my daughter's car. So that's a wrap for today. We'll be back on Tuesday to hopefully wrap up reassembly.